students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Mirwani and today we'll be doing this chapter called as binomial theorem. Please take down a sum. 60% of the TV viewers 60% of the TV viewers watch Chhaya Geet. 60% of the TV viewers watch Chhaya Geet. If 5 TV viewers are selected at random, if 5 TV viewers are selected at random, what is the probability that 4 of them will watch Chhaya Geet? What is the probability that 4 of them will watch Chhaya Geet? Guys, when you are doing sums of binomial theorem, always read the last line first. What is the probability that 4 of them will watch Chhaya Geet? I want success. Success is P. I want 4 of them. Success is P. Okay. Now, and success is watching Chhaya Geet. If you watch the given program, that is success, right? Now they've said that 60% of the TV viewers watch Chhaya Geet. So P is 60%. That is going to be nothing but 3 by 5. Failure. Not watch Chhaya Geet. Failure is Q. If success is 60%, that means failure is 40%. That is 2 by 5. Number of people taken for experiment is 5. Number of people who should watch the program is 4, right? Now, binomial theorem says that P of x is equal to R is given by the formula Cn of R, P of R, Q of n minus R. That's your binomial theorem formula. So, probability that 4 people watch Chhaya Geet is C5 of 4, P 3 upon 5 raised to 4, Q 2 upon 5 raised to 5 minus 4. C5 of 4 is going to be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. From 5, write 4 terms in descending order. From 5, write 4 terms in descending order. Upon 4, 3, 2, 1 into 3 upon 5 the whole raised to 4. 3 3s are 9 into 9 upon 25 into 25 into 2 upon 5, right? 4, 3, 2 gets cancelled, right? 5 and 5 also gets cancelled. So this is 81, 162 upon 625. So the probability that 4 of them will watch Chhaya Geet is 162 by 625. Next, take on another sum, guys. The probability that a student is not a swimmer, the probability that a student is not a swimmer is 1 by 5. The probability that a student is not a swimmer is 1 by 5. Out of 5 students considered, find the probability that at least 4 are swimmers. Find the probability that at least 4 are swimmers. Find the probability that at least 4 are swimmers. Being a swimmer is success, right? Not being a swimmer is a failure. How do I know that? Last line. Find the probability that at least 4 are swimmers. Whatever the question asks you, that is success. Okay. Now they are saying that the probability that the student is not a swimmer is 1 by 5. So not a swimmer is 1 by 5. So swimmer, success is 1 minus failure, 1 minus 1 by 5. That will be 4 by 5. Right? Next, 5 students are selected at random, out of which 4 have to be swimmer. Same straightforward binomial theorem. P of x is equal to r is Cn of r, p raised to r, q raised to n minus r, c5 of 4, p 4 upon 5 raised to 4, q 1 upon 5 raised to 5 minus 4, c5 of 4, 5 4 3 2 upon 4 3 2 1 into 4 4s are 16, 4 4s are 16, 25, 25 into 1 by 5, 4, 3, 2 cancels, 5 and 5 cancels. So your answer is going to be someone just read the question out to me, whatever I asked you. What's the probability that? 4 are swimmers, right?
It's at least 4.
Exactly, that's what I was wondering. What have I dictated? Is it 4 swimmers? I'll first do for 4 swimmers and then I'll do at least whatever I dictated. Have dictated at 4 swimmers or at least 4? At least. I'm right now doing for 4 swimmers, right? 1696, 16, 256 upon 625. This is the probability that there will be 4 swimmers, right? Now, the next thing is probability that at least 4 swimmers. At least 4 swimmers means I need 4 swimmers or more than 4 swimmers. I cannot select more than 5 swimmers because total there are only 5 swimmers, right? We've already found out the probability of 4 swimmers. Let's find out the probability of 5 swimmers. P of x is equal to r is Cn of r, p raised to r, q raised to n minus r. So P of x is equal to 5 is Cn 5 of 5, p 4 upon 5 raised to r into q, that is 1 upon 5 raised to n minus r, 5 minus 5. C5 of 5 is 1. This is going to be nothing but 256 upon 625 into 4 by 5 into 1, right? Therefore, probability of at least 4 swimmers is going to be probability of 4 swimmers plus probability of 5 swimmers. So that's nothing but 256 upon 625 plus 256 upon 625 into 4 by 5. So here you could take 256 upon 625 common. So here you will get 1 plus 4 by 5. That's going to be 9 by 5. So this is 256 upon 625 into 9 by 5. When you multiply this, you will get this answer as 2304 upon 3125. So probability of at least 4 swimmers is 2304 upon 3125. Right? Next, read on next one please. A coin is tossed 5 times. A coin is tossed 5 times. A coin is tossed 5 times. Getting ahead is success. Getting ahead is success. Find the probability. Find the probability of 3 successes. Find the probability of 3 successes. Right? Getting ahead is success. When you toss a coin, there's only one head on the coin and there are 2 alternatives. Failure is going to be 1 by 2. If success is 1 by 2, failure will also be 1 by 2. Now, we are saying that a coin is tossed 5 times. What is the probability of getting at least 3 successes? At least 3 successes means 3 successes or more than 3 successes. So I can therefore say that use binomial theorem. P of x is equal to r is given by the formula Cn of r plus into P of r into q raised to n minus r. Now, but here I want P of x greater than equal to 3. So that will be P of x is equal to 3 plus P of x is equal to 4 plus P of x is equal to 5. Right? Now P of x is equal to 3 will be C5 of 3 1 upon 2 raised to 3 into 1 upon 2 raised to 5 minus 3 plus C5 of 4 1 upon 2 raised to 4 into 1 upon 2 raised to 5 minus 4 plus C5 of 5 into 1 upon 2 raised to 5 into 1 upon 2 raised to 5 minus 5. Alright, so this is going to be C5 of 3 1 upon 2 raised to 3 into 1 upon 2 raised to 2 is 1 upon 2 raised to 5 plus C5 of 4 1 upon 2 raised to 4 into 1 upon 2 raised to 1 is nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to 5 plus C5 of 5 1 upon 2 raised to 5. So this is going to be C5 of 3 plus C5 of 4 plus C5 of 5 into 1 upon 2 raised to 5. C5 of 3 5 4 3 3 2 1. C5 of 4 5 4 3 2 4 3 2 1 in plus 1. C5 5 is 1 into 1 upon 32 2 raised to 5 is 32, right? Here 3 1 2s are 4 3 2 1 5 2s are 10 plus 5 plus 1 into 1 by 32. Answer is 16 by 32. That is going to be 1 by 2. So the probability of getting at least 3 swimmers, no, at least 3 hens is 1 by 2. Fine. Next, take down next up please. Our dice is thrown 6 times. Our dice is thrown 6 times. Getting an even number is success. Getting an even number is success. What is the probability? What is the probability of first part of the question, exactly 5 successes? Second part of the question, at the most 5 successes. First part of the question, exactly 5 successes. Second part of the question, at the most 5 successes. Our dice is thrown. In that case, what are the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the possible outcomes when the dice is thrown. Now they are saying that getting an even number is success. How many even numbers you have? You have 3 even numbers. So success will be 3 by 6, that is 1 by 2. Failure is 1 minus success, so that will also come out to be 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. Now, our dice is thrown 6 times. N is 6. First part of the question. What is the probability of getting exactly 5 successes? Right? Use binomial theorem. P of x is equal to r is Cn of r, p raised to r, q raised to n minus r. So P of x is equal to 5 is Cn, C6 of 5, P 1 upon 2 raised to 5, Q 1 upon 2 raised to 6 minus 5. Right? This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 into 1 upon 2 raised to 5 into 1 upon 2. 5, 4, 3, 2 cancels. This is 6 into 1 upon 32 into 1 upon 2. 3 answers 3 by 32. That's the probability of getting at least, no, that's the probability of getting exactly 5 successes. Second part of the question, at the most 5 successes. I want at most 5 successes. If I want at most 5 successes, that means I want all the successes which are less than 5, which I can say I want at most 5 successes. P of x is at most 5 or less than 5, right? Which is going to be nothing but 1 minus probability of 6 success. Total successes, the total minus the probability of getting 6 successes will give you the probability of first 5 successes. At most 5 is 1 minus probability of 6. Instead of calculating probability of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, this is an easier way of doing this. 1 minus the probability of 6 successes is going to be the probability of at most 5 successes. This is 1 minus C 6 of 6 P 1 upon 2 raised to 6 into 1 upon 2 raised to 6 minus 6, right? When you solve this, this will be P of x is less than equal to 5 is 1 minus C6 of 6 is 1, 1 upon 2 raised to 6 is 64 into 1. So this is 1 minus 1 upon 64. 64 minus 1 upon 64, that's 63 upon 64. So the probability of getting at the most 5 successes is 63 by 64. Right? Next, take on another sum, guys. 4 cards are drawn. 4 cards are drawn. From a well shuffled pack. Find the probability that all 4 cards are diamonds. Second part of the question, only 3 cards are diamonds. Third part of the question, none is diamond. Now getting a diamond is success. Now in a pack of cards there are 13 diamonds and there are total 52 cards. There are 13 diamonds in a pack of cards and there are total 52 cards in a pack of cards. So this will be 1 by 4. Failure is 1 minus success. 1 minus 1 by 4, that is 3 by 4. How many cards are drawn? 4 cards are drawn. First part of the question, probability that all 4 cards are diamond. R is equal to 4. P of x is equal to R is Cn of R, P raised to R, Q raised to n minus R. C, 4 of 4, P 1 upon 4 raised to 4, Q 3 upon 4 raised to 4 minus 4. C, 4 of 4 is 1. 4 4s are 16, 4 4s are 16, 256 into 1, 1 upon 256. The chances that all 4 cards are diamonds is going to be 1 upon 256. Next, 3 are diamond. I want 3 diamonds. So P of x is equal to R is Cn of R, P raised to R, Q raised to n minus R. So C4 of 3 P 1 upon 4 raised to 3 Q 3 upon 4 raised to 4 minus 3, right? This is going to be C4 of 3 is 4 into 3 into 2 upon 3 into 2 into 1 into 1 upon 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64 into 3 by 4, 3 3 gone, 2 2 gone, 4 4 gone, answer is 3 by 64. Next, none is diamond. I don't want any diamonds. So P of x is equal to R is Cn of R, P raised to R, Q raised to n minus R, C4 of 0, P 1 upon 4 raised to 0, Q 3 upon 4 raised to 4 minus 0, C4 of 0 is 1, 1 upon 4 raised to 0 is 1, 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 3s are 81 upon 256. Right? So the probability that none is a diamond is going to be 81 upon 256. Next, take down another sum please. For a binomial distribution, mean is 6 and variance is 6. Find the binomial distribution. Now guys, mean is given by the formula NP. So NP is given to you as 6. Variance for binomial distribution is given by the formula NPQ. So NPQ is also given to you as 6. Divide equation 1 and 2. If I divide equation 1 and 2, guys, just make this correction. For a binomial distribution, mean is 9, not 6. Take the correction as 9. So if I divide equation 1 and 2, I'll get NP upon NPQ is 9 upon 6. NP gets cancelled. 1 upon Q is 3 upon 2. Therefore, Q is 2 upon 3. Once I get the value of Q, I can find the value of P from this. I can say that P is equal to 1 minus Q. P is equal to 1 minus Q. So P is equal to 1 minus 2 upon 3. So P will be equal to 1 upon 3. Substitute the value of P in equation 1. But NP is 9. So N into P, 1 upon 3 is 9. So N is going to be 27. Once I know N, P and Q, then I can form the binomial distribution. Therefore, binomial distribution is P of x is equal to R is Cn of R, P raised to R, Q raised to n minus R. So this is going to be Cn 27 of R, P 1 upon 3 raised to R, Q 2 upon 3 raised to n minus R. Therefore the binomial distribution will be C27 of R 1 upon and 20. The binomial distribution will be C27 of R 1 upon 3 raised to R 2 upon 3 raised to 27 minus R. Next, take on next one please. Point out the fallacy in the statement. Point out the fallacy in the statement. Point out the fallacy in the statement. The mean of binomial distribution. The mean of binomial distribution is 15 and standard deviation is 5. The mean of binomial distribution is 15 and standard deviation is 5. mean is given to you as 15, standard deviation is given to you as 5. Now variance is given by the formula standard deviation square, therefore variance is going to be equal to 25. Now mean is given by the formula NP, so NP is equal to 15, variance is given by the formula NPQ, which is 25. Divide equation 1 and 2. So I'll get NP upon NPQ is 15 upon 25. So I'll get 1 upon Q is 5 3s are 5 5s are. So Q is equal to 5 upon 3. By reciprocate I'll get Q as 5 upon 3, which is not possible. Which is not possible because the value of Q should always be less than 1. If I take the value of Q to be 5 upon 3, 5 upon 3 is greater than 1. Remember that P and Q maximum value that they can have is 1. If it is more than 1, that means it is a fallacy. So you can say therefore the given statement, because Q is less than 1. Therefore the given statement is wrong. Next. Take down next one. If the probability of a defective bulb, if the probability of a defective bulb, if the probability of a defective bulb is 0.2, if the probability of a defective bulb is 0.2, find the mean and standard deviation. Find the mean and standard deviation of defective bulbs. Find the mean and standard deviation of defective bulbs in a total of 900 bulbs. In a total of 900 bulbs. In a total of 900 bulbs. Okay, so n is given to you as 900. Okay. Now, they are saying that the probability is this much. I can find out Q. Q is 1 minus P. 1 minus 0.2, that's 0.8. You can find out mean. Mean is given by the formula NP. N is 900. P is 0.2. Multiply this, you will get 180. So the mean of defective bulbs is 180. Next, they've asked you standard deviation. Standard deviation is square root of NPQ. So square root of N 900 into P 0.2 into Q 0.8. So that is going to be 12. Right? Do we get this thing here? So your standard deviation for defective bulbs is going to be 12. Next, take our next one please. What is the mean and variance? What is the mean and variance of binomial distribution? What is the mean and variance of binomial distribution 0.3 plus 0.7 is equal to 10? Now, here I can say that this is the equation given to you, so n is going to be equal to 10, right? I'll repeat the question. What is the mean and variance of binomial distribution 0.3 plus 0.7 is equal to 10 if, continue the, raised to 10, if q is equal to 0.3. If q is equal to 0.3. I'll repeat the question. What is the mean and variance of binomial distribution 0.3 plus 0.7 raised to 10 if q is 0.3? Q is given to you as 0.3. P is nothing but 1 minus Q, so 1 minus 0.3, that is 0.7. I know P, I know Q, I know N. I can find out mean. Mean is given by the formula NP. So 10 into 0.7, that is going to be 7. And next they've asked you to find out variance. Variance is given by the formula NPQ. N 10, P 0.7, Q 0.3. When you multiply this, you will get this answer as 2.1. So the variance is going to be 2.1. Right? This finishes this chapter. We'll stop this here for the day. Thank you very much.